Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs can open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Kelly tries the right side. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. Out of the gun. Goff. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Packers. Quincy Enunwa, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready, blue way. 59. Green, double C. Let's see what you got.
Now a man who really came on late last year, it's Damian Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
Here's Winston. Open here, Adam Thielen. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
3rd and short yardage. Winston looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Goff. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 19 yards that time for number 19. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against?
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game. And typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Jameis to throw it. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down.
Mike. Ready? Hey, stop. Black, what is that?
Here I come again.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Winston. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
Winston. And the connection made to Terrell Pryor. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. It's a gain of 34.
That's a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. Throwing, Winston. This is caught, and he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Jameis again. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here's Winston. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Deron Harmon. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the ball back.
Intercepted. The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 12.
We go, Todd. 180.
51's the mic. 51's the mic.
Throwing on 3rd. Gone. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Goff throwing again. They set up the screen to Penny. And some room to work. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Goff now to throw. On the screen pass. That's complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays.
2 for 1. 2 for 1.
Check back, check back. Check 3, check 3. Check.
A shotgun snap for Goff. And he's got a moonwalk. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 14.
I'd have to say they're feeling like they are in rhythm right now. Things are in sync, aren't they? Team's winning, got a nice little margin on the scoreboard, completing some passes, and they just completed another one for a 1st down there to the tight end.
And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down.
Here we go.
On 2nd down now. It's Kelly, and he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play, stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less, as they come up on 2nd and inches. Winston now. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Damian Williams, the man he was looking for. And it's 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw is Winston. Finding Williams once more, complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. To the air again with Winston. Looking left side, and it's complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 19.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder, and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on a line, he's got plenty of arm to do it.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Give me that ball, defense! Give me that ball! Give me that ball, defense! Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
They'll throw again. Winston. That is caught at the 7-yard line. Quick slant there gets him the first down. 6 yards on the play. This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. And he's got it. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. The kick by Marr is good, and that will do it for this first half. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Throwing again on second down. Winston, Solomon Thomas, they'd love to see that from him as he slips in for the sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
On third down, Winston. And he will find his man on the outside. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. On first and 10, Winston. And he checks this one down to Williams. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll bring up second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And, Jameis intercepted a third time. It's Will Harris, the rookie from Boston College, who picked it. And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Butker now to add the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at his 4. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up first and 10. Williams. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
To throw, Winston. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Here's Winston. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 45. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. This is Kelly. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
At the 24-yard line.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Let's put that team on the ball.
And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
They'll try and run for it with Kelly. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
Going out.
Here's Kelly on 4th down. And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Coming to you. Coming to you. Check 37. Check.
Here's a quick throw out to Wilson. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Albert Wilson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Butker on for the PAT. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Now Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Samson Abuka able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that will bring up 4th down. Here's Matt Hawk now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Harris now to return. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. By the way, 3rd quarter now in Cincinnati as we take a look at the NFL scoreboard. And the Bengals, they've now taken the lead in that ball game. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. They run with it. It's Kelly. Takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 36-yard line.
Go, go, go.
Go.
They'll keep it in the hands of Kelly. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and
20.
From the gun, here's Goff. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy. It's been a struggle all game for them on offense. This was a chance to maybe provide a little bit of a spark with a punt return. Unfortunately, that spark got doused.
Yeah, and you call special teams the 3rd phase, but you see here it can be the 1st phase sometimes.
That is so true, right? It can ignite it one way or the other, and boy, that didn't help them at all.
59.
Jameis now on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
It's 2nd and inches.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
Now Winston. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 36 yards on the play. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
They'll run for it with Anderson. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough. It's 2nd and goal back to the 8-yard line now. So they'll try again with Anderson. A nice run there, 8 yards, moves him much closer to the goal line now for 3rd down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Back. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Here is Anderson on 3rd and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. C.J. Anderson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Raiders get a score closer.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
They'll go again with Kelly. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Check 99. Check 99.
On third down, Kelly. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down. On 4th down, Goff. That's to his running back, complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Jameis to throw it. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Winston. And Anderson's got it. Not able to get a single yard there, and it'll bring up 3rd down. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? On a West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down, meaning they like to press it downfield. If they don't have it, swing it out, which is exactly what we saw there. But how about the great pursuit and tackle to make a nice play?
Throwing, Winston. Able to haul it in is Kittle. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a 1st down as well. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. 1st down. Here's the run with Anderson. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Definitely too early to panic, but that is his 4th carry of the game, and collectively has in total 10 yards. So maybe there's no panic, but maybe some concern.
Yeah, and maybe a little concern up front because they're not giving him any space right now. On 2nd and 7, Winston. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
3rd and long for Winston. And that is incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
They're going to try for it on 4th. Winston stays out there. Now Winston on 4th down. And this is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Boy, the run on first down, a disaster as he's tackled well behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. Again, it's Kelly. And he'll lose yardage on this one, back to the 13. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. On 3rd down, Penny. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And when you break it down, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this one. I think you felt the same way based on our conversation after the production meeting, but obviously not the case. And how about just how it broke open? You just all of a sudden, whoosh, there it is. This thing is pretty much done. And the crowd stayed with it to celebrate because they're like, let's enjoy watching our team play this well. This is fun.
So for Green Bay, they fall a game under 500 now at 3 up and 4 down. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, the losses are piling up as they drop to 1-5 now. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.